viewers of Feedback Learnings. Thank you for joining me this week again. I wanted to ask you a quick question because we're actually going to be talking about a topic that most people just, bypass. Have you ever thought about considering yourself a failure? Or because the fact that you're not accepted, because you're not perfect? Why do you keep tripping over a rock, the same rock, over and over again? You will see me in Dallas for the next show coming up right now, and I will be interviewing Mark Holden. He's gonna let us know how to overcome that and finally move forward and get what we want out of life. So please join me in Dallas, and I will see you there.
I've been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, Achilles and his gold, Hercules and his gifts, Spider-Man's control, and Batman with his fists. And clearly I don't see myself upon that list, but she said, where'd you wanna go?
Hi everyone and watchers of Feedback Learnings. This is Natalie, your reporter, and I am actually here in Dallas, Texas. We are at a business seminar on how to learn to become a better individual, learn how to make more money, more sales, build phenomenal relationships long term, and you name it. Whatever area that you know that you need to fix, you will definitely find it in this kind of seminar that we are at this weekend. And I have a very, very special person next to me actually. He's very close and dear to my heart. He is a father of 7 kids. 7 kids, and he has a beautiful wife. How long have you been married?
We've been married 41 years.
41 years. That is success. If you ask me, I think that's success. This man has a lot of wisdom to give, and he was so inspired to be able to share with you guys something very special today. It's one topic that a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, fathers, daughters, brothers, whatever, really do miss, and that is the topic on forgiveness. I do believe that if you aren't able to forgive yourself, if you aren't able to forgive others or your past or so-and-so, it really will lack your ability to reach your full potential, your truest potential. Whatever it is that you want to do for your life, I know that the key to success, step number 1, is to forgive. The viewers of Learnix, the learning community, what would you tell those viewers right now about forgiveness and why it is so important to really nail down that topic today?
Forgiveness is such an important subject because when you're carrying unforgiveness in your heart towards someone, and I want to say right up front that the primary culprit of that is yourself. So many of us find it most difficult to forgive ourselves. I think part of the reason is in our self-talk, our image of who we are ourselves, we're so prone to be self-condemning, and we hold on to our failures. We hold on to the struggles that we've had, and so often we view those as such huge obstacles and become self-defeating. And when we hold on to unforgiveness toward other individuals, it's self-defeating because I'm carrying something in my spirit that prevents me from moving into the future because I'm still holding on to the past. Right. Be forward moving. How can I develop plans and goals and vision for my future when I keep looking backwards to the things that have happened to me in the past? And so it's critical to address this subject of forgiveness. And so let's begin by talking first about forgiving ourselves.
That's right.
It's where it needs to begin, is to recognize, number 1, that some of us tend toward perfectionism, and that if somehow we haven't performed perfectly, then it's not acceptable. And we need to put that away, because every effort that you make to step forward, even when you fall in that effort flat on your face, you're still learning and growing. We're all in a process. And so we need to give ourselves room to not be perfect and to be able to let go of the failures that we've experienced. And the reality is, failure is an event, it's not a person. When I fall down, Natalie, when you fall down, it's an event. business venture may have failed, a family relationship may have seen a failure, but that doesn't make you a failure. It doesn't make me a failure, because I can still pick up and move on from there. And so the need to forgive myself for the places where I have stumbled and fallen, sometimes it's a mistake, and we look back on it and say, I should never have done that, I would never want to do that again. And we need to release ourselves from that and move on from there, forgive ourselves, and be able to experience fresh, clean vision without carrying things from the past. Why would I ever go back to that garbage? I need to let that go. It's history. It's time to move on from there and look forward and forgive myself for the fact that I'm in a process. When I don't forgive someone else, it's like pouring a glass of poison and I don't give it to them, I drink it myself. And I need to make room for the fact that the other people in my life, whether it be a business associate, a family member, a neighbor, someone close to me, a past lover, whoever that might have been, I need to leave room for the fact that they are a human being as well.
They're not perfect.
They're not perfect either. They're in a process too. And so I need to make room for the fact that they have not functioned perfectly. And forgive them for that, release them from that, and to be able to say, you owe me nothing. So that I'm free from that past experience. This subject of forgiveness is foundational to anyone's success, whether that be success be in family life or in business life, community responsibilities, my physical health, any area of success hinges on my ability to let go of that stuff and forgive myself and the people that are around me.
That is awesome. And you make a good point, like saying forgiveness is not necessarily so much about that person. It is so much about, for us, being able to move on from that situation. They might have done us wrong. A past lover, a coworker, they might have done us wrong, but just like you said, they're humans, where we were wired to fail. We were wired to not be perfect. If we hold on to those insecurities from other people, that's just holding us back.
Right.
So we want to be able to forgive so that we can move forward for us. That sets you up for freedom.
That's
really
right.
does.
So I really want to encourage you, within your own spirit, who is that individual that you think of, they wronged me? That individual who, in some way, you're holding a bitterness toward them. Take the time to say, I'm not going to carry that around with me anymore, and forgive them and let it go. And so set yourself free from that bondage to that event, to that individual.
That's right. And you also, that reminded me of, like, if you aren't willing to forgive, you're going to stump among that rock again.
Yes, that's right.
You're going to make that mistake again. For example, when starting a business, if you don't forgive yourself for falling short or failing it, it's not going to move you in the direction to, do it again. And even if you do it again, you wouldn't make the same mistakes again.
That's right.
Or even in relationships.
Right.
Why do I keep dating the same guy? Well, you haven't forgiven yourself, or you haven't forgiven them. So this is such a good topic. We can talk about it all day.
Yes.
And just one last thing, because it's so profound. This man right here, he's been coming for like a year and a few months now to these seminars where he is investing in himself. He's bringing his family here, him and his wife. You guys are doing it as business partners, coming together, investing in yourself. We would love to know your 30-second story.
My family and I, we've been in a number of different businesses together, as well as in ministry together. And when we first started coming to this specific conference, I just felt like I was had been continuously running against a wall, running up against a stone wall of not being able to move forward. Business failures and attempts, relationship failures and attempts, relationship issues that we had held on to, and had come to the place where I really felt that we were living in a box. And as a result of the training that we've been receiving, and to be able to walk through some of these things with such wonderful people, the net result of that is the walls of the box have been torn down, and our ability to be able to move forward has been opened wide up. leading us through these principles of forgiveness, leading us into healthy relationships and how to look out for the interests of other people in order to be able to prosper in my relationships, prosper in my finances, and it has completely and totally turned our lives around. It's been so impactful.
Wow. And why do you still come to invest in yourself, even though you have results and you're pretty happy?
We're coming because the same reason that I show up for breakfast tomorrow morning again. You say, well, you ate breakfast this morning. Why would you show up again tomorrow?
Right.
Because we need to continue to feed ourselves. You know, there's a lot of dirt out there on the streets. There's a lot of dirty thinking. There's a lot of things that can discourage us and drag us down. And we need to continually to feed our spirit, to feed our heart and our mind, so that we might be able to keep an open perspective on the future, to be able to rub shoulders with folks around us that can feed us and help us when our thinking isn't where it needs to be. We are plugged into a community, an entire community, that allows us to be able to check one another and speak the truth into one another's thinking and continue to feed our spirit the things that we need in order to prosper.
You
Yes.
are the product of your environment.
Yes.
You know, you don't need the whole world to back you up. It only takes that one person. And you did that for me, Mark. So I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to share. I know that it brought so much value to somebody that needed to hear. This is going to help you to understand that when you're in an environment where everyone just accepts for who you are, it's really hard to stop coming. One last thing about forgiveness is that you really are never done forgiving.
Oh, that's right.
Danny Johnson, who is our mentor, she mentioned that forgiving is a daily thing. It's not a yearly thing. It's not a decade thing. It's a daily thing.
Well, I'm proud of you even for taking the time to watch something like this, because it says so much about who you are and what you're trying to accomplish in life, that you're investing in yourself by taking time to be able to feed yourself. So continue on. It's worth the effort. Go for it and make all that you can of yourself.
Great words and wisdom coming from a father of 7, a married man from 41
And a
years.
few adoptive ones too.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mark. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Every week we always come to you live at 9:15 Central Time. We are Learnix. This is Learnix, and we are a learning community to only strengthen each other, build each other up, encourage each other, so that we can really reach our truest potential that we were meant to do in this world. Thank you guys so much. We love you, and we'll see you guys next week.
Reading books of old, the legends and the myths, the testaments they told, the moon and its eclipse, and Superman unrolls a suit before he lived. But I'm not the kind of person that it fits. She said, where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some super